with me doing mango chicken. Now, this is a recipe that is my absolute go-to. So if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. And it's also a favorite of my clients, and it's super simple and easy. So you can tell us what rosy cheeks after working out. So this is something I'm starving now, and it's super quick and easy. So just to let you know, in this frying pan, I've got yellow peppers and onions that I've basically just sweated off. I think that's a technical term. So heat your pan up and throw them in and just get them to be a bit nice and soft. I mean, if you like your veg crunchy, you can have it crunchy. For me personally, I like them soft. I'm not a fan of crunchy veg. So that's my preference. So whatever tenderness or not you like it. And then in here we've got, hey Marion, I know this is a favorite of your recipe too. And in here we've got some chili and some sliced ginger and a little bit of garlic too. So I'm just going to chuck that in. And I thought I'd just cook and shoot the breeze with you at the same time. Now, it does involve another level of multitasking. I appreciate that. So it's going to challenge me. But how's your day been going? This afternoon, mine kind of disappeared a bit. I was trying to I'm going to say try to switch our mortgage. So we're coming up to that period where our mortgage is coming out of its fixed time in January. And you're like, oh, you've got 180 days. It's dead easy. You can just stay with us and switch online. And we're going to do that because it's the easiest thing to do. And I don't know about you, but whenever we've tried to move our mortgage anywhere, it's been an absolute pain in the bum. Yep. Marion loves it. Marion, you could probably just actually be here doing this for me and I could chat. You probably know the recipe as well as I do. So yeah, we're trying to switch our mortgage. And whenever we've done it, there's been issues with the technical side of things from every bank we've ever used. And so they're like, yeah, just do it online. It'll be quick and easy. And of course, the computer says no. You get so far and you don't even get to see what deals they're going to offer you. And the computer says, sorry, there's an error. So yeah, that's kind of been my afternoon's been taken up with little bits and pieces like that as well. Marion, are you still away or are you back home now? How was your seaside getaway? All right, so we've kind of softened things off. We've given the ginger and the chili. Marion's resistant to the camera, but I think, you know, when her book comes out, when she writes her book and stuff and she's got a book tour going on, then she'll need to get in front of the camera. I'm teasing her. All right, so once this is all softened off, then pop it in the bowl. Now, you don't need to do this. It's only if you want to be a bit fancy. My husband likes to be a bit fancy, so he likes to take it out of the bowl. So if I don't do it, he'll tell me off. Okay, so take in the onion, the pepper, the chili, the garlic, and the ginger. Oh, you're still on your beet strike. How's your weather? Because it's like humid as here, like so humid. And then we're going to add in a bit of coconut oil for cooking the chicken off. So no mango chicken for you if you're still away then. And then we're just going to fry off the chicken. So this is about 2 portions here that we've got going on. So we're going to fry off the chicken. Get a bit of colour on it. And while that's doing, I'm going to chuck the noodles in. I need it a little higher. Don't know about you, but I always turn the cooker the wrong way. Like whenever which way you want it, I always do the opposite. Alrighty, my noodles water isn't quite boiling, but we'll get it there. So with your noodles, follow packet instructions. These come handy in portion sizes. So this is like 1 portion is 1 round of noodles. Like I say, I'm doing 2. I'm cooking for the husband tonight. I'm a domestic goddess, I know. And just pop them in the water while the chicken's doing. Give it a little check. And if you're like, I'm vegetarian, I'm vegan, I don't like chicken, then you could switch it out and do something else. I personally, I've not tried it with tofu. I've not tried it with fish, but you know, give it a go, see how it goes. And if you do want the recipe, DM me Mango and I can share it with you. I was going to like type it up in the comments afterwards and share it, but actually, it'd be much better for you, it'd be easier for you just to DM me to get the recipe. And then that way you've got all the instructions and you've got it as a go-to rather than coming on and trying to bind it. So I'm just trying to brown off the chicken here. The noodles. are simmering away. When I say simmering away, they're not quite boiling. Still hot, very wet too. I know, but at least you've got your friend the seagull, right? The seagulls here in Leith, where I am, are getting a bit wild. So with the seagulls, all their babies are now like leaving the nest, and it's quite traumatic watching it because they're up high on the roofs and they're like sliding down, about to like fall to the ground. So it's like I'm not a fan of seagulls, but I wouldn't want them to come to harm. Which also means because they're on the ground, they now start to attack and to chase people because they're trying to protect their young. So yeah, the seagulls are getting a bit wild out here. I've not got any holidays planned. I know Marian's just had a little getaway, but I've not got anything planned for the end of September. I'm kind of hunkering down right now and getting organised in life. Because you'll see with me, just like Marian, I've been clearing out the kitchen, getting rid of all the stuff that no longer serves you. And we were talking about like the mugs. It was ridiculous how many mugs we had. I don't even know where they all came from. We came to the conclusion that they just breed. So yeah, it's that thing about just hunkering down a little bit, doing a bit of Stacey Solomon, clearing out stuff that you don't use anymore. And it's really good just to get rid of it so you can find stuff and see where things are. And I think it's that process of clearing out the old as well. I'm quite good at doing it with my wardrobe. I know I done a live about get rid of the clothes that you don't feel good in, get rid of the clothes that you maybe kept to fit back into, and that's not happened. It's made you feel rubbish. So it's that thing about thinking about clearing out your clothes, the stuff that you're not using in the kitchen anymore. I'm not going to lie, the kitchen is an energy zapper. I don't know if you found this, Marian, but you have to tackle one thing at a time in the kitchen because one cupboard at a time just zaps your energy. But the positive is we managed to give away a load of our stuff to charity. There was almost like a place that works with, I'm going to say shelter because I'm not sure what the setup is. It's a place that works with ex-homeless men and they're always needing cups and plates and cutlery and stuff. So we were able to give it away to charity, which is always good because then stuff you're not using can go to the benefit of somebody else. All right, so I'm going to stir around. Now I did have this chicken defrosting earlier, so I did have it frozen and I took it out this morning with the intention of doing this dish. So what it does mean, there's just a little bit more water than there should have been, just because there was a little hole in the bag when I was defrosting it, so the water got in. So that's a top tip actually. If you're defrosting something and you want it to defrost quicker, take it out of the freezer, get a bowl like this, fill it up with water, and put in whatever you want to defrost, whether it's chicken, fish, obviously try not to have it in a sealed bag, and pop it in a bowl of water and it'll defrost quicker. So if you get a little bit caught out and you think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that, I'm not going to have time to do it, then popping it in the water will help it defrost quicker. Top tip for you. All right, so what have we got going on? The noodles are kind of doing something. I mean, I never claimed to be a chef, but, you know, she says covering herself in food. But I do like to cook my own food because I just find that I don't get enough protein. You know, I'm always on about the protein. I don't get enough protein when I'm eating out and stuff, so I get really hungry. And I was actually out and about yesterday, and it was really hard at like 2:30, 3 o'clock to find something that's going to fuel you that's not some rubbish sandwich. Yeah, Marian said she did a covered day. Took you about 2 weeks. Lots of stuff to check. Well, you done well. I'm on week 3. I didn't do anything this weekend, so I've still got these drawers below to go. I think that's it. Yeah, these drawers below, and then our spice cupboard. This is our spice cupboard. As you can see, it's absolutely rammed with spices. So still got the spice cupboard to go in the 3 drawers. But yeah, I didn't have the energy to do it this weekend. I'm going to admit that. All right, so this chicken is just frying up nicely. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add back in our onion, peppers, chili, and garlic. Chuck that back in, let all the flavors come together. And if this stage you do find your chicken's a little dry in the pan, you can add a splash of water. So you can add water if it's a little dry. Personally, the chicken's not dry, but I am, so I'm going to get a drink. You know I'm a fan of hydration. So making sure, oh, perfect timing, Verena. Making sure you're having a drink of water, Verena. So yeah, making sure that you're having a drink of water, staying hydrated throughout. And we literally just mix in the peppers, the onion, the garlic, the chili. Just give it all a good stir around. Meanwhile, we've still got our noodles cooking in here. So they're all soft and coming apart now, so they'll be done very soon. And now what we're going to do is just add in some more flavor bombs. Verena, have you been drinking your water this afternoon? Or do I need to send you little reminders too? I know Marian's on it with her water. Let me know. All right, flavor bombs. What are we going to put in? We've got half a cup of soy sauce. going to chuck that in for flavor. My husband cleaned the cooker top. Don't tell him I just spilled some of that soy sauce. Nobody's seen. Oh my goodness, nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen it. It's fine. And then we've got 1/4 cup of this is black rice vinegar. So we're quite fortunate in Leith. We do have a lot of Chinese shops. So I'll just show you that one. Black rice vinegar. We get in a Chinese shop, and we do have quite a few here. So if you don't have this one, you can't use it. Worcester sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, you know the one I mean, the Lea and Perrins stuff. You can use about 1/8 of a cup because that is saltier. So if you've not got this, then that Lea and Perrins type sauce, you can use 1/4 of the cup. Okay, so that's your soy, that's your black rice vinegar. Just give it a stir around. So this is basically your sauce. It's going to give it all the different flavors. And again, if you don't like it too saucy, you can let it reduce down a little more. But remember, if you let it reduce down, you will intensify the salt. So I know us females are very good at multitasking. So what we tend to do is we wander off and leave things, and then they can get a bit drier than we thought they were going to be. That happened with my boiled eggs this morning. So you do want it to reduce down a little bit, but not too much, not too much intensity. So what we've got in there, just to recap, we've got onion, we've got pepper, we've got garlic that's been minced, we've got sliced chili, we've got like a thumb of ginger, which has been chopped up to matchstick, 2 chicken breasts that have been sliced, 1/2 cup of soy, 1/4 cup of black vinegar, or you can use that Lea and Perrins stuff. If it's a bit dry, you can add water. Mine's not got any issues being dry. Like I say, it was chicken I'd frozen and took out the freezer. And then what we're going to add is our mango, sliced mango. Add it in. So this is like a whole mango, but you can add as much. Like I say, this is for 2 portions. So just pop your mango in towards the end. Give it a good mix to take on all the flavors. I'm trying to do this carefully so I don't get the cooker top dirty again, but hey, that's life, right? The cooker top is actually Dave's responsibility for cleaning. So the fact that I've just made a mess of his cooker top. We do divide the household duties. We're a very modern couple. I do the majority, but the cooker top and the duvet is his too. All right, so then once that's all nicely mixed in, just turn it down a little bit to a bit more of a simmer. And then just pop the lid on and just let it simmer away to whatever softness you like. It doesn't take long. And then in here we've got noodles. As I said, the noodles come in rounds in the packet. Again, just done till they're soft, so they're actually done. And I'm just going to let that do its thing. And then all you need to do is serve. So whilst I wait for the mango to soften, what are you having for dinner tonight? So Marion, what are you, because you're not self-catering, you've gone out to somewhere where you get looked after. So what have you got for dinner tonight? What have your options been? And Verena, what are you having for dinner? Is it, depending on what you get to eat when you've got the kids sorted, let me know. I'm pleased to hear that you're having your water. All right, team. So what I said, recap, if you want the recipe, DM me mango and I will send you the recipe and all the instructions, because rather than typing in and you having to find it, it just makes more sense. So if you want the recipe, DM me recipe. And I'm just going to serve up now because I am absolutely starving. All right, so serving up. Like I said, this is 2 portions. And I have to be mindful that a portion is for Dave. Oh, he does say to me, you know, some of that is for me. So just take 1 portion of your noodles. And another portion. I know he should be quite lucky that he's getting his dinner cooked for him tonight, right? I think it's been 2 nights in a row I've made his dinner. And that's something I'd say as well. Like, I think as females, like, you feel like you have to look after your husband, your family, and you feel like everybody should have, or even you've got someone over, that everybody should eat the same thing. Quite a lot of times, Dave and I will have something different to eat. We won't always eat the same things. Either I don't fancy it, or what he's having doesn't work for me. I don't enjoy eating it. So we don't always have the same things to eat. I think there's this pressure to eat the same as the person we're living with or our partners. And a lot of time it doesn't actually work for us and our female bodies. And you can end up eating too much and then having too many calories, or you can end up eating the fish and chips or stuff that doesn't really agree with you. All right, so again, let's say this, just check how soft it is and if you're happy with that softness. Like I say, the mango doesn't take long. If you want a little bit crunchy, a little bit softer, it's fine. And then this is, like I say, 2 portions, but it's amazing when you slice up chicken, how much further it goes. So we're just going to plate it up. Now, this is not going to have the presentation skills that Dave would probably like, but Dave, it's getting done for him, right? Now, I know he's not a big sauce fan, whereas I like quite a lot of sauce on my noodles and stuff. So I'm just going to chuck the other one on. Sorry, present it beautifully. That's what we're going to do. We're going to chuck it on. Presenting it beautifully. So yeah, just take as much as you like. Like I say, it does go further when you slice the chicken. So this will probably do for leftovers for lunch tomorrow. I'm a big fan of cooking extra if you've got leftovers for the next day, because life gets busy. Can you tell this is my portion? I'm like loading more on. Life gets busy and we get quiet, and before we know it, it can be like lunchtime and we've not had anything to eat and we're starving, and we can tend to go for the snacks, the crisps, the quick fixes, the biscuits to get us through, and then we go to have our lunch and we don't necessarily enjoy it because we've had those sweet things or we've filled ourselves up on other stuff. And then if you're like me and you like the sauce, you can just spoon. I mean, we've got those ladles, which are probably better, but hey, you can just spoon more sauce on if you like quite a bit of sauce with your noodles. And so this is your mango chicken. Like I say, one of my go-tos, quick and easy, super satisfying, super fulfilling. And if you like a bit of kind of Chinese style stir fry, there you go, look at that. How is that? Not bad presentation skills I'm going to give myself. So I'm not going to pretend to eat it because I'm not going to burn my mouth. I'll sit down and let it cool down and eat it. But that's it. What's Marion had? Late lunch. Fish restaurant, sea bream with veg. Don't need dinner along back. Going to get some fruit later. Absolutely. See, that's what I mean. That sounds nice. Sea bream. Not a fish and chip from the chippy, but a proper sea bream with veg. Sounds lovely. Oh, I'm starving. All right, team, I am like so hungry. So I'm going to go and eat my dinner. Like I say, mango chicken with noodles. That was 2 portions. However, like you can see, we've got still at least another portion left. So either Dave will take that for lunch tomorrow for his work, or I'll have it for my lunch if he doesn't want it. So yeah, easy to do. What did Verena have? Gnocchi with pesto. Liking that, Verena, but think about your protein. How can we get protein in? So like tonight's dish is chicken. So think about how you can get protein in with that gnocchi and pesto. I used to be a fan of gnocchi myself, but again, it's a carb load, so it doesn't really fill you as much. So think about how you can get some chicken in. Thank you, team. Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Verena. And thank you for anyone who's joining on the StreamYard. And I shall go have my dinner, sleep well, keep hydrated, and remember, protein in the morning. Eggs, Verena, for breakfast. Marion, you too. And I shall catch you guys later. Thank you, team. Take care.